All right, welcome everybody. Today I want to answer a question that I get asked quite a bit. How do I choose the right yoga teacher training, or how do I know which training is right for me? First off, I tell them, hey, I'm really excited that you've chosen to take this next step in your yoga journey, that you're either excited to become a yoga teacher or just to learn a heck of a lot more about this yoga practice that we can't answer in a 60 or 90 minute class. But first thing I tell them is not all trainings are equal and that all trainings are different. That sounds obvious, so let me repeat that again. Not all trainings are equal and all trainings are different. What I mean by that is all trainings are different, which means that you're going to get a different experience in every single one, which can be exciting, which means you can find one that fits you, but also can be overwhelming. And that some trainings you're not going to get the same level of education. You're not going to get the same level of instruction that's going to help you either grow as a yoga student or grow and become a yoga teacher, or both, right? A combination of both. But the problem is if you choose the wrong training, most of the time you have to take another one in order to get to where you want to be. So what do I tell them, right? Big thing, do your research. Don't just take a yoga teacher training because it's from your local studio, it's from your home studio, right? I'll just be straight honest. Teaching teacher trainings can be lucrative for teachers and studios, which is why there's a ton of them, right? Because we love teaching yoga. We also like to make some money. And teaching teacher trainings can make you a decent amount of money. But that means that people who shouldn't be doing teacher trainings oftentimes offer teacher trainings because they can be so lucrative. So what do? Investigate the lead teacher, right? Who have they studied with? What's their lineage, right? How long have they been teaching yoga? Really get to know that lead teacher, because that's who you're going to spend the majority of your time with, right? So find out what's their style. Are they a technique, alignment-based teacher? Or are they a little bit more philosophical, or are they a little bit more spiritual based, right? Because if you are an alignment-based student, I may say, hey, my training might be good for you. But if you're a philosophical or a spiritual student, a practitioner, I might say, hey, maybe go look for somebody else, because I want that training to fit for you, right? Biggest thing I ask is, do you resonate with their style? Because if you resonate with me, and let's say you're looking at taking my teacher training, if you resonate with me and my style, probably going to get benefit from taking my training. Why? Because you're going to get me for 200 hours. If you don't like me, or if you don't resonate with my style, probably not going to have a good time spending 200 hours with me, right? So you got to really resonate. Do you like being around that person? Does their style, do what they have to offer, does that seem like something you can spend 200 hours doing, right? Another thing I like to ask is how many students are going to be in this training? Being in a big group gives you lots of opportunities to learn and connect with like-minded people. But the problem with also being in a really big group is that you may not get the one-on-one attention that you need in order to grow. But you also may be an introvert who likes to kind of hide in the corner. Bigger groups may be a good thing because you get spotlighted a little bit more in a smaller group. Right? For the training program, is there a syllabus? Have they told you this is what you can expect to learn? Because if they're not, if they're just like, hey, teacher training down here at XYZ Yoga Studio, come train with us, give us, $3,000, but they offer you nothing of what you're going to learn, probably a red flag, right? This is a little bit harder to come across, but I try to always ask, do the person or the studio that you're looking to take the training with, do they see you as a transaction? I talked about before, right? They can be lucrative for studios. They can be lucrative for yoga teachers. So do they see you as transaction, or are they trying to create connections? For me, when I do my trainings, I'm trying to create lifelong relationships, right? Lifelong connections, and always be there for them down the road throughout their yoga journey. So if they need help, I'm here for them. I'm not just like, boom, I got your money, here's your certificate, hope to never see you again, right? But there are trainings where it's more of a churn and burn atmosphere. I like to cultivate relationships. I like to create a community. And I know there's a lot of other studios and teachers out there who have the same values as me, but also I just wanted to put up the red flag of There may be some people that just see you as dollar signs, so you got to be aware for that. And then last, just what's the cost, right? You're going to see in an in-person teacher training anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. Online, you may see them cheaper, right? You may see a couple $100 up to, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for an online training. Cost matters. A lot of times you get what you pay for, but not all the time. But it also needs to fit within your budget. I know they can be expensive, but just make sure you're not just jumping at a training because it's low cost, because a lot of times it's low cost for a reason. You may not get a lot of one-on-one training. It may be a lot of pre-recorded content. So just be aware that cost does a lot of times play a factor into the quality you're going to get, but it doesn't need to be the highest one, right? Fit the best one that fits within your budget. And then what's the schedule? What you don't want to do is stress yourself out, right? If you can't make the time work, or you think it's going to struggle to make the time work of the allotted days that they have set for the schedule, the stress from managing your daily life to fit the schedule of the training, it may be too much, which then means you're not going to get the full experience of the teacher training, and you may not be able to fully learn, fully grow, and fully take part. So find one that fits in your schedule. Some go for months, 6, 7, 8 months, maybe a year. Some go for 2 or 3 months. Some go in 1 month, and they try to just immerse you in the system. And you also got to know what's your learning style, right? Is it a hybrid? Is it online? Is it in person? Do I learn well getting a fire hose of information shot at me, or am I better to get it trickled in maybe once or twice a month to fit in the schedule? The biggest thing is just, like I said, do your research, find the training that works for you, find a teacher, a style that resonates with you, talk to them, ask them questions. Don't just look at the pamphlet or see the flyer and go, I'm going to take this. Because if you make the wrong decision, you may have to take the training again. And the 200-hour can be such a powerful experience that I want you to find that teacher that works for you.